Right now, we're joined by GP Theriot. He is with TheriotMortgage.com to talk a little bit about the fact that home sales are dropping suddenly. GP, thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on this morning.
You know, I guess if you're looking for a house, this is kind of good news because now you don't have to go in there and bid $20,000 over the asking price.
You're absolutely right. What I like to tell people is, we're getting back to the normal. People are, I know I've talked to a lot of real estate agents and even people are trying to sell their home and, it's not getting under contract in 24 hours, like it has been in the past, year, 2 years. And, I call those past 2 years almost like unicorn years. But, rates, the question is mortgage rates too, right? What's going to happen to rates? Are they going up, going down? The Feds came out and the big word on the news is Feds increasing the rates to 0.75, 0.75. But what you have to realize is that's not impacting the mortgage rates. It's not a one-to-one trade-off. And what's happened really is we've seen some improvements in rates in the past 48 hours because the rates were already prepared for this. The mortgage-backed securities are pricing that into the rates to where we were prepared for that because we knew that the Feds, when they met, they were coming out. The word on the street is that they were going to increase their fund Fed rate to 0.75%. So, there's a lot of moving parts right now, but, I tell people it's still a great time to buy. I mean, real estate is still the number one thing where you can continue to build wealth. And that's where we come into play at Theriot Mortgage Team is that we've got to educate our clients and make them understand, have good strategies and make them feel confident and good about it.
Hey, GP, Monty Cook here. So my question is this. So the person that maybe bought a house that a year ago was worth, $350,000, but they, this past March or April, they paid $550,000 for that house. So are those cats going to be in trouble now that, that things are cooling off?
No, they're not, and here's why. Because if you look at the history, the data, properties are always going to appreciate. The word on the street, are we in a recession or not? I can tell you, a lot of times a recession is a good thing when it comes to buying a home. But during, the past 6 recessions, starting back in 1980, properties never depreciated. They continue to appreciate. So there's a difference, I think, when you're talking about, home prices are reducing or they're having to reduce the price. Again, we're getting back to the normal. These agents, they were able to price just these crazy sales prices because people were willing to pay it at the time.
Right.
I think now with rates, the rates have gone up, and so that's obviously offset that. But I can tell you, property value, that's a different conversation. The value is going to stay there. Let me give you an example.
GP Theriot is with us, TheriotMortgage.com. All right, GP, you were about to give us an example of mortgage rates and how the prices are affected, et cetera. So I wanted you to jump back in and do that.
Yeah. So what I was going to share is that, you keep hearing the question is because the price reduction, if you're seeing prices reduced on these home sales, does that mean if somebody bought a home a year ago, does that mean their value is going to go down? And the answer to that is, the short answer is no, because history's shown that the appreciation value is always going to continue. The average appreciation value yearly is anywhere from 3 to 5%. Yes, these past 2 years we've had unicorn years where properties were showing appreciation anywhere from 18 to over 20%. So let me give you an example. If you bought a home in 2015 at $300,000, each year that property was appreciating on an average of 4%. So that home in 2021, that value now is worth over $525,000. So that right there should give confidence in people that, look, it's going to catch up no matter if you're concerned that the value is going to go down. It's not. Real estate is still the all-time best investment to continue to build your wealth.
And I suppose, when I look at the prices right now, it's almost like I don't recognize what I'm seeing in the DFW area. Prices for houses, $500,000, $550,000 that 3 years ago I would have paid maybe $300,000 for. And it's those types of prices that keep me out of the market. Because I keep thinking to myself, certainly somebody's going to wise up here and say it's not worth it.
Yeah, I wish I could say that it's going to balance or prices are going to come back down, but it's not. I tell people it's good to be in Texas, but you got to take the good and bad with that. I mean, the prices, if you look at the national average just compared to other states, Texas, it's still holding steady, and it's a state where people are moving to right now. I mean, look at all the big companies that we have that have moved here just in the Dallas metroplex alone.
Yeah.
And that's the big concern is inventory. We just can't keep up fast enough with the amount of people that are moving here to Texas. So what I tell people is, well, GP, then should I just sit on the sideline and wait? No, now is the time to still get with a professional, work with a real estate agent, work with someone like myself, Theriot Mortgage team, that we can go over and at least have a plan and strategy so you can get in the game and get you some real estate.
All right, GP Theriot with TheriotMortgage.com. By the way, spell your last name.
Yeah, it looks like The Riot. It's THERIOT Mortgage. So TheriotMortgage.com.
All right. Yeah, I want to make sure folks know how to find you. TheRiotMortgage.com. All right, GP, thanks for coming on. We appreciate you being on WBAP.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
All right, you too.